The town of Santana do Araguaia sits on the banks of Araguaia River in the southeastern region of the Brazilian Amazon. It's a rich city, proud to be the biggest soy producer in the state of Pará. But when it comes to sustainable development, Santana do Araguaia placed last in a recently released ranking of more than 5,500 Brazilian cities based on the UN's Sustainable Development Goals. Over the last decade, there's been a surge of economic growth here in Santana do Araguaia, mostly connected to an increase in soy production. The challenge is to make such development sustainable in the long run, from a social, economic and environmental perspective. The mayor of Santana do Araguaia says the poor ranking came as a surprise, as he's seen much evolution in the city.
Over the last 3 or 4 years, our city has grown between 7% and 10% every year. Santana do Araguaia has been improving quickly because there is a lot of investment in agriculture, which has been creating many jobs and opportunities.
Brazil is a country that has the know-how to generate wealth, but doesn't distribute it. And this ends up happening in several cities as well. We hope the ranking can help these cities to have a better understanding of what their weak spots are, so they can quickly evolve and go up in the ranking. Stimulating cities to do that is the big goal of the ranking.
Local authorities point to investment in education as evidence that they are prioritizing sustainability. The school is the biggest and most modern in town. Other smaller facilities are also being updated to better serve students.
The first step to educate a child is to offer conditions for learning. So if we build a good structure with air conditioning and fully thought out for the benefit of the student, we'll have better conditions to teach.
Local authorities also have plans to fully renovate the city's hospital with a grant already promised by the state government. In the more central areas of Santana do Araguaia, the city does look relatively prosperous. But in rural communities, infrastructure remains deficient and access to public services more limited.
Things have to improve. On some streets, there's no electricity and people have to improvise, and that sometimes leaves us in the dark. There are also streets that need paving.
Santana do Araguaia is a city that in itself is very rich, but more investment is needed in favor of the population.
Despite ranking last when it comes to sustainable development goals, Santana do Araguaia seems far from being a poverty-ridden city with no infrastructure. But it's clear there is much work to do to better distribute the benefits of economic growth and ensure it will continue in a sustainable manner for years to come. Paulo Cabral, CGTN, Santana do Araguaia, Brazil.